Hello! Surrounded by the things, look. Pumpkins. I'm sure in your supermarkets now they've got an excess of pumpkins left over that they're going to be flogging off cheap. Mainly because Halloween was a damp squib this year, wasn't it? So they're going to be selling them off, and a lot of people think, oh, I won't buy them, what do I do with it? And most people resort to what this video is. Pumpkin soup. It's very nice. Try it because you can get the pumpkins cheap now, can't you? So get them cheap. Follow this video about these pumpkins everywhere, and you can have a cheap, tasty, wholesome, homemade soup. Do it the spice and easy way. I'm telling you, you'll love it. Yeah, let's get on. Let's show you our version of pumpkin soup. Let's do it. Come on. So, first job, pumpkin, cut in half, look, done. Now what I've done with it is scored it, as you can see, crisscross, took all the insides out, the seeds and the pulp, and now, that's a group that was, wasn't it, the pulp, don't hear anything now then. What I'm going to do with this is, I've thinly sliced some garlic. So, what we do, bit fiddly, but it's going to be worth it because hopefully the flavour is going to be absorbed by the pumpkin. Is we're going to stick it in the little slots that we've done, as you can see there. So I'm going to do all that and then show you what else we're going to do with it. So as you can see, I have put that in there. It's in all the slots. What's left, there was a few slices left, I've just chucked them in the bottom, don't really matter. The idea of putting it in there is I'm hoping that this is going to absorb the flavour more than just whacking the garlic in the middle. We shall see. It's a bit of a pain doing it, but it's worth it because you're making nice soup, and these are cheap at the minute. All the extras they got in the supermarkets that they're flogging off cheap. Just a good way of doing it. So next stage, what we're going to do, let's make sure we're in the camera, is we're going to grate some ginger. Now, going on to your garlic again, what I'm doing with the ginger here, as you can see, is that I'm just rubbing it into all of these, into the cuts. You could do that with your garlic, put it through a garlic press or grater it and then rub it into it that way. But I just wanted to play about, so that's that done. Just a quick way of doing that, if press on it like that with your wrist and your finger, open it, and then you can rub it into the cuts that you've done. Just makes it a bit easier. Don't press too hard though, or you're going to snap the pumpkin in half, and this is going in the oven to roast, so all your stuff will come out. If you do that, press on it again and just rub it all in with your finger. You ain't going to get it all in, but it's just going to help with the flavour. Next, we're now going to add some cumin seeds. Now I'm sprinkling these inside, and it should, by rights, roast them, because toasted cumin seeds got a completely different flavour to raw ones straight out the packs. So I'm going to stick them in. If you can see my shadow keep moving, I'm trying to check that I'm still in the camera because the camera's up high. So sprinkle them inside. They're now going to be roasted as well. And next, we're just going to whack some rosemary in to roast that, hopefully the oils. And this will release and give it another depth on the flavour. You never know. I'm whacking a lot in because we don't use rosemary very much, so everything we've got in that packet has gone in. It's all gone in. So that's the first bit done. We're now going to roast the pumpkin in the oven, and I think it may take up to an hour. I don't know, we'll see. I'll let you know, but there's pointless giving you a time on this because you'll be using different size pumpkins because you never get them the same size. So we're going to do that, I'm going to whack them in and I'm going to prep everything else that's going in it and come back in a moment. What I'm going to do now is, in the fridge I had a carrot, a sweet potato and a parsnip. So what we're going to do is boil these up and then they're going to be added to the flesh of the pumpkin to add a bit more sweetness and blitz it together. On for the next stage. So they're done, I've checked that, nicely cooked. I'm now going to throw this away, the rosemary, and then scrape all of this flesh out, and that's going to go in a saucepan with the parsnip, carrot, sweet potato, and then we're going to blitz it. So I shall see you when I've scraped all this. So as you can see there, that's all of your pumpkin pulp, and then we've got the sweet potato, the carrots and the parsnips which have been boiled till they're soft. They're all in the same, and now we're going to blitz it. As you can see, really thick. Now I've just put the ring on, the burner, I'll show you what they're called. What we're going to do is slowly warm that up, but as you can see how thick it is, there is another thing that I'm going to add to it. Firstly, some salt. Get some salt. Salty. Just a bit. Fiona say that's a lot, but I think that's a bit. And then I can add more onto my plate, well, my bowl. And then as well as that, we are adding a tin of coconut milk. We do a lot of the recipes that you see with this have got cream, but we don't have much cream, so it's a bit rich, the cream, so we're going with coconut milk, which, as well as not being as rich, it's going to add a nice coconutty flavour to it as well. And as you can see, that wasn't a massive pumpkin, and yet look how much it's made, a big saucepan full. So that is going in there as well. Give that a good stir, and then very low heat, because this is really thick. It does splatter everywhere, so do have it on a low heat and do keep stirring it. And yes, with the hand blender I did splatter myself. That's all part of the fun. So I'm going to put that low heat and I'm just going to warm that through because we're not done yet, and then there's one more thing that we're going to do. So I've got the old battered up, beaten frying pan out. Oil's just getting hot, so we're going to sprinkle some cumin seeds. Just going to let them start to fry. So next we're going to add onions. I'm going to cook these really slow because I want them to go brown, caramelised. But not just the onions. Some red pepper. Might look a lot, but there's, well, you've seen the size of the saucepan, so quite a bit, and this will reduce down, and then when it's reduced down a bit, one more thing going in there. So they're cooking away, and now because these don't take as long, chestnut mushrooms, they're going in as well. We're going to cook that down, and hopefully the onions are going to start to caramelise or burn, depending who's cooking them. Pumpkin soup. Alright, ladies. And then get your onions, your peppers, and your mushrooms in the middle. And then garam masala, just to give it a bit of a flavour there, and that pumpkin soup. It makes it all worthwhile the hours I spent growing it.
Hi.
That is your pumpkin soup. Changing camera angle because Troffer here wanted to try it.
Come in.
butchered it, look. Oh, fancy I made that.
That's nice. That's really nice. Want to try it?
Don't like me hand cooking.
It's lovely.
That was a lie, by the way. I have to like my hand cooking because I won't eat yours.
True. Really sweet and tasty.
It's got a load of flavour. Just sprinkling that ground masala on just finishes it off. And then when you mush into that, I know you're all going to do like she will and just go
Yeah, it was.
like that and mix it. So you'll get all of them flavours. That looks good like that now. Look, pretty buttons.
Yep.
And that's it. Now, nip over because there's going to be a glut of pumpkins being sold off in the supermarkets now. So now you know what you can do with them. Stick them up, make a soup. There you go. We'll see you later.
Bye.